What's really good. Thankful for everybody tuning in. Well, today, I'm going to briefly touch on a subject that I don't normally talk about and I don't normally get involved because I feel like beliefs and opinions and things are two different things. But I want to address this because I really feel it's an alienation tactic. So, a great MC, a great rapper, Talib Kweli, recently was on VLADTV, and part of him being on VLADTV, he talked about different instances, and he addressed two subjects of people. One was Kanye West, and the other was Mos Def. Now, I'm gonna touch the Mos Def one first because I felt like that was touched on the most brief. The thing he was talking about basically in Mos Def is he had got trapped in South Africa because of passport issues and different things, but he confirmed that he has been traveling normally and that had not stopped his progression as an artist to make his music and do the different things that he has to do in order to make ends meet. The craziest thing that has recently come out is there are people that have alleged Mos Def as an anti-Semite, and I think that has propelled him to kind of reject all individuals making those claims, as well as back off of voicing his opinion as loud as he used to. I don't have a comment in specific to that claim against him because it's not my judgment to make, but on analyzing the era of hip-hop he penetrated and where we're at now on the full go-through, it's just that I feel like he was a key player in opening the doors for lyricists and other individuals that claim to be hip-hop artists in our current age, but you know how that goes. So, I mean, who knows if he'll ever get the credit. When I look at Mos Def makes me think about the Lupe fiascos and the Commons and all sorts of things, because Mos Def was just such a prolific artist in the music he created that I feel like he opened up the genre to be very wise, and wisdom and knowledge made sense on a track. And that all came through A Tribe Called Quest. I fully agree with Talib Kweli. A Tribe Called Quest kind of made the sound that we hear in the new age J. Cole's and Kendrick Lamar's, because they paved the way with knowledge when NWA was popular, after their reign and stuff, when like kind of like dumb talk, and it's not dumb talk, like grimy talk and stuff was getting popular amongst the thugs and thuggery, and that whole image came out. So they kept away from that and made their own lane, and that's nothing but respect for that. And shout out to Jay Dilla too. He was one of the illest to ever do it, and that's a fact. And if there's an MC in the game that doesn't know who Jay Dilla is and you're in the game, you need to step out. We need you to step out, and that's just a fact. And that goes to any MC. If you don't know who Jay Dilla is, put your mic down. Now I'm about to address the other situation and subject where he kind of went into detail, and this was about Kanye West and his current endorsement of Donald Trump. So, I'm going to say this first off. Everyone has a choice to what they want to choose. It's not like you should be held to something because you're a black man, or you should be held to something because you're a white guy. It shouldn't be that way. Your decision should be your decision, and you should have the right to make that decision without criticism. And that's the age we live in. Everyone feels because their criticism is on a certain level and they're making it with certain points, they have the right to criticize and say things about someone. And the reason I respect Talib Kweli in the same sense is because he was also asked a trick question to kind of come out and say Kanye was bipolar, and basically leading to the theory that they're saying, oh, he's crazy. And he dodged that, which is very sensible, because he doesn't know. How would he know? He doesn't sleep beside the man. He's not with him. Even if he hung out with him in his clique, what do you really know but what a person shows you? So it was kind of a harsh question and like a catch-22 to get some type of title out there like, oh, Talib says that, that Kanye's crazy or Kanye's bipolar. And Vlad, shame on you for trying to do that part of it. You know what I mean? I rock with VLADTV, but that question was kind of far out. Like, we should stop trying to be doctors about Kanye and listen to what he's saying and stop making assumptions. Just because everyone's like, oh, he's crazy. Oh, he's crazy. Media's like, oh, he's a crazy guy. Doesn't mean someone's crazy. Maybe he just felt like doing that. Maybe one day he just feels like riding out and going and slapping the shit out of his enemy. Who knows? We don't know. So, I mean, to make those type of insinuations, because if something happened with Vlad and he was like, and he was having rough times or he was acting a little different, I'm not just going to jump to the conclusion he's crazy. Maybe something happened that made him wild out. Maybe when I'm thinking he's crazy, crazy stuff is happening in his life. So that's a catch-22 to trying to throw that out there. But back to the Talib thing, when the one thing that disturbed me about Kanye, he dyed his hair blonde. And the next thing we see him beside Donald Trump. I understand people have styles, but Kanye's not known for that type of stuff. So my thing is he trying to portray himself as an alleged Uncle Tom, or along with his beliefs, or what actually he's trying to show the public is his reasoning behind the sudden changes he's going through? And we know that Kim Kardashian and Kanye have been through a lot recently, as she was in Paris, if I'm not mistaken, and she was robbed. So, I mean, traumatic stuff has gone on recently with the Kardashian family, basically the West family, because of the man's name. So, I mean, we really don't know all the details to why Kanye went crazy. But if we actually look at the Kardashians, we can see that every man that is with a Kardashian has had some sort of breakdown or issue. And that's just a fact. All of them, from the youngest to the oldest. We've seen it. So what I'm trying to say is maybe there's other factors that don't come out and that never will before you call someone crazy or out of their mind. Maybe you should look at the factors around them. Maybe he's getting driven crazy. Maybe the reason he's out of his mind is because the debt he has to deal with. We've seen him talk about his debt on the net. And even though he has millions, and to us that would be a payday to fix all our problems, we know the debt he has is far substantial. So he's living like us in a different world. So that's the very good assumption to make, being the debt he said he has. So, you know, I just want to throw that out there. I really have no negative opinion about Kanye supporting Trump, because the thing about it is that's the president now. So the time to speak up already happened, and Kanye spoke up his opinion. He wasn't the only black man that supported Trump, you know, and I don't have no disrespect or nothing to say to any black man that did, but that's the thing. He wasn't the only one. So to kind of run him like that is very disrespectful, and it's a little outlandish, because we know that that has nothing to do to warrant with the type of person he is or the type of man he is. So we know he's going through a lot, and it's crazy because people like to kick you when you're down. Like, people find power in kicking you when you're down, and Talib didn't do that to him. And that's the one thing I respect most. But as far as him supporting Donald Trump, I can't see it any more destructive than any other normal man, even though he's a celebrity. And here's why. It's because the only importance that it's going to matter Kanye supporting him is to either Kanye's fans, Kanye's family, or Kanye's own well-being. It has nothing to do with the general public. Kanye's vote is not what gave it. We have an electoral college that literally makes their vote after everyone else votes, that sways a decision. So I don't get how his support means anything other than it's after the fact. And we could say Kanye must love his president. So it doesn't exactly affect anything in our normal lives. So it's not hurtful or detrimental. I felt like he was giving Kanye too much power. That's too much power for this man to have in a political arena when he's going crazy just trying to do music on a tour. So him supporting him doesn't mean anything. Honestly, him supporting him makes a lot of sense if you listen to his outbursts and the ignorance he has given power to as of recently. So with that being said, we can very much well notice that the issue is not him supporting Trump, but more so of his own life itself. Maybe this is the way he's going to get back in his life, by finding someone to hang out with. Maybe hanging out with Donald Trump and sharing ignorance, bouncing ignorance off of each other. He'll be able to bounce back with good music. Who knows? No pun intended. But you know what I mean? I don't really have a negative opinion about him supporting Trump, more so than it's that man's choice. I don't think Kanye should be given any more power than another black man supporting Trump. He's not that powerful, and his opinion isn't that relevant to our lives. So if anything, the fact that we had certain, let's say, politicians supporting Trump, that should be addressed before Kanye, because that's unimportant. The people who are making the decision are these politicians sitting up in a chair getting paid to do so. So I think the wrong view and the wrong aim was taken. We do have someone to address, but it's not Kanye for supporting Trump. It's not destructive. He doesn't move the culture. Right now, people are trying to make him the joke of the culture. So I don't think that relevance has anything to do more so than what's actually going on with these politicians. Whether things about Hillary are true or things about Trump are true, now that we have our president announced, the thing is, what actually is he going to do? Is he going to do the things he said, and not just the things that we could say, oh, he didn't do for black people? How about the things that he promised to the Caucasian people that voted for him? So I want to see a president actually step up and do what they said, because that's not a lot of that happening. Even back into the Obama times, like, he did what he could do. And, you know, people are saying, oh, he wasn't able to do so much because of Congress. But the fact of the matter is, what he did. Period. So we're moving on to the future. What are these politicians going to do for us? So instead of looking at race and looking at denomination of party to figure out who's going to do what, how about we look at the person and what they do and whether they do what they said? Or if they switch up on stuff, now we know who they are. So I want to remind everybody that no one's more destructive to your life than yourself. You're the only one who's most destructive, and you can make or break yourself. You could do bad all by yourself. You don't need a group. So that's the one thing to keep in mind, that the idea is not about the who more so than the what. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who is believing this, but what do you believe? It's about you. It's about your decisions. You affect you. You know, so with that said, you know, I want to thank everybody else who tuned in, checked out. Always stay current, daily content. Like, share, subscribe, all rights reserved.